see how these two will come up against each other. Both have actually had a superb day's performance, and in some ways very, very similar in their styles. They're both quite aggressive in their kumikata, and their work rate is 100% right from the start to the finish. And yeah, so it's a matter of who can actually maintain that level of consistency, strength, determination, and be able to just keep going right to the end without getting scored upon.
There's a little bit of a feeling of having to pick themselves up after the defeats that they both suffered, and who's going to be better.
Yeah. Well, when you look at the lineup that they did have, you had Tsunoda and you had Pont, which are both in the semi-final. So at the beginning of the day, that would have been a triumph to get past there. But they know that they've got a medal in them, and this is their last chance of getting closer to that podium. And so no big surprises that both of these are here, but it is now down to which one goes through.
Yes, win, and you get a chance.
Cianaghi there,
yeah.
Beautiful Cianaghi, and Italy take the lead. But like you were saying, you win here, you've got a chance of a medal. You lose, you've got an early show. That's it, done. You're a spectator in the afternoon block.
Koga goes to the final block and will compete for the bronze medal.
Lima throws that arm over, draws her opponent down into the ground.
Koga Wakana of Japan has defeated Milica Nikolic of Serbia. Threw her with left Ouchigari for Ippon. If truth be told, however, Nikolic could barely stand on that left.
Oh, is she injured?
On the left foot, yeah.
Oh, she actually jumped off the foot.
And Scuto finishes it off as well.
Oh, look at that face of determination. Yeah. Oh, my goodness me. That expression could beat you on its own, couldn't it, really? Well, a great win for Scuto, and she went out there to win. And look at that facial expression. The daggers that were out there just within the eyes.
Just thinking that, you know, Milica Nikolic, a 7th place finish at the World Championships. Okay, disappointed 5th would have been a bit nicer, but, you know, 3rd even better.
Cianaghi, she just walked straight onto it. And again, it's for all this time she's never had, or even close, a world medal, Nikolic. I think we spoke about her the last time. We were talking about her track record of how many Grand Slams, Grand Prix that she's participated in. Remember the conversation now, and just missing out. Her track record of wins has been very low for the amount of competition she's participated in.
Very true. Right, well, here we go then.
You know, I do listen to you now and again.
We're about to get underway with the second of the semi-finals in the under 48 kilo category. The first taking place up on mat number 1 between Shirin Boukli and Habiba Abujakinova.
To be the team manager on that one. One thing's for certain, somebody's heart is going to be broken. Of course, there is the possibility that you send one to the World Championships, the other one to the Olympics. Kind of consolation, isn't it? But it doesn't always go. They didn't do that in Canada last time in the under 57 kilos. Oh, now then, that's a score. And that arm came over the top there. Bukli again with the Ogoshi. Well, that was Ukigoshi, wasn't it? She caught the front hip.
She's so much power in that right. If it's right to left, the moment Abu Zaginova went over with the left arm on the back of Bukli, Bukli just launched this big hip throw.
Abu Zaginova knows that, well, I think she just caught her arm on the way over as well there. She knows she's got a mountain to climb here. That arm round the back there, I wouldn't like that arm round the back.
Yeah, but she has no chance otherwise. So that's the way Abu Zaginova fights herself as well.
With the big arm going over, yeah.
Oh, so yeah, the only choice for her is, if she wants to score herself, is to put that left arm on the back of Bukli. But yeah.
Yeah, good changes of direction there. Abu Zaginova now starting to get pumped with just 2.5 minutes still to go.
Way too much, the gap was way too big.
It's a difficult place to be, isn't it, as well? You're a Wazari up. Oh, she's not now.
One.
She's in the final, and that was brilliant, wasn't it? I was going to say, if you're Wazari up and you've still got, what, 3.5 minutes to go, and you've got to hold on. It's different, but she didn't bother, did she? She thought, I'll get this over with. Bukli through to the final. What a great performance from her. What a time to do it.
Yeah, and I'm impressed about the strength that she has when she has this right-handed on the sleeve, then the right hand on the back. If she can make a massive hip throw like this.
Just to finish it off.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, it was, well, she's been throwing with that all day. Yes. Brilliant stuff.
Effort there by Tsunoda didn't strike me as an attempt to throw. It was just to engage her in knee, was it?
Just to draw her in.
It's pretty clever.
Well, she's a Wazari up. She's just going to do enough not to pick up the Shidos. She's going to allow Pont to chase her, and this is what she's looking for. Pont having to chase under pressure, but Pont, she's got a maturity about her that she doesn't get too phased of being trailing at this stage of the contest. She's still got 1:13, but I'm trying to remember who told me the story about the contact lens. Somebody was it you that told me?
I want to remember who it was that told me the story about the contact lens.
And then to find out that they don't actually...
They don't
it was a good way for Mate, looking for this contact lens while you're getting a breather. And oh, right, I'll just carry on without it.
Yeah, because you can't see the referee when they pick something up. then they just touch them, they put it in. He can't really see it.
It's actually it's a good one. It's a good rest.
We're not suggesting that
No, we're
Tsunoda
not.
doesn't have contact lenses.
And we don't want anybody to start taking that one up, just in case.
Please don't do it.
Please, it's not
Don't
fair.
do this at home.
But every time I see that now, that story comes into my
It's a
head.
good one, though.
I'm
Oh,
going.
chance again on the arm.
Oh,
Again. Pont able to defend. 27 seconds left to go.
Yeah.
Tsunoda is penalty-free.
It's going to be so hard. It truly
And
is.
she scores again, I think. Oh, no.
No.
She manages to stay up. I thought she was going over there.
No, she's not going to be. There's the shimmy was out. That's it. Yeah.
Just had to tap out.
So Buckley, #1 seed, into the final. And teammate down will fight for a bronze medal.
Only Nikolic
And she'll
missing
be up
from the
against
top four.
Koga.
Yeah, only Nikolic missing from the top 4. Buckley into the final against Tsunoda. And Pont down into the repêchages. Loretta was just saying.
Fighters pick up a penalty.
Now it's going to...
Yeah.
Wow.
It is unbelievable the way they are fighting.
Oh, we nearly had him there as well. Just a little bit more conviction there, he would have had it. But I'm not so sure that when he went in there, that wasn't bear hug. Just have a look at him, both hands in.
Close by, yeah?
Yeah, it wasn't far off, was it? He went in both together. You know, you could say that, well, one hit first, but the intention was both hands together.
Yes, sometimes I see a fight like this and I just wanted to say to the referee, like, okay, we know bear hug, that's not allowed anymore, but just do it
Just
in
this once.
In this one, it's okay, because I think they're both okay with it. Yeah.
That's it,
Just let them go. Yeah. Yeah. Let's ask them. Yeah, do you mind? No, not really. Do you mind? No.
None of this mate nonsense.
So it was Sergebayev who grabbed the leg, and that brings another penalty for him on the board. And yeah, you know, 3 penalties and it's over. So he's now in danger.
Yeah, it is the danger zone, isn't it? That's for sure. Oh, that was great change of direction. Hey, how often do we see that from the Mongolians as well? They change it off the edge there, and then that wheeling action there with the Kumakata. And they do it all the time. Talk about action, reaction. It's going to happen here. Something's going to happen. Huge! Oh, Soda Gary.
Yeah. Well, just to be sure, he's going to hold him for 10 seconds, but I think this was quite clear, or not?
Woo. Well, I think he did kind of, well, he wasn't going to let that go, was he? But again, a massive thrown there by Sardalashvili.
Yeah,
wow.
It started with Sergebayev, but hooked in, and he had to do something with the 2 penalties. He knew that he was already in danger, so he tried it, but there was absolutely no control of this upper body from Sardalashvili. So he was still standing there in complete power. Unbelievable strong, for
Competitions recently, and he was screaming, "Allez, daddy!"
Allez, daddy. That's sweet. Oh, good as she was there, Sadiki. Well, he's definitely up for this, isn't he?
The highlights of the victory of young Georgian judoka Sardalashvili against his on the big screen.
Attempt of a Sianagi, both picking up a Shido apiece. We've got 3 minutes remaining in this contest. A bit early to be starting to accumulate the Shidos. Sadiki picking up his second Shido, so not started off very well here.
But
all those years that I watched Garrigos, if there's one thing that he has always, he has a good game plan. Thinking of his opponents, sticking to his plan, for sure that he...
So what game plan do you think he's going to have up against Takato here? Just put him under pressure, spoil him?
Yeah, and I think a lot of in the kumikata, trying to get Takato not because he wants to have this sleeve every time with the right hand, and I think he's going to give him a real hard time in the kumikata.
Here we go then. Takato in white here, Garrigos in blue.
It's unbelievable that Takato, every time he has that sleeve of his opponent so easily. It's not that Japanese. And Maruyama is good in it as well.
It's going to be a score.
Him for Wasari.
Didn't quite, did it, have enough for the Ippon. Didn't quite. Well, I think we can see now quite clearly that Garrigos wants him down in Newaza.
Yeah.
And that's his game plan.
Yeah, because this standing situation did not work out.
No, not really.
Already Wasari on the board after half a minute in the semi-final. That control of that arm, that is...
It's the key point, isn't it? I mean, he's just...
And he's so good in it.
He's dominating it, and the referee letting him carry on because he is so dominant with it. And also, he's going to attack off it, which is the important thing.
Now he has to grip Garrigos, the left hand. Yeah, and then then directly you see that Takato is in trouble. If he can place his left hand, Garrigos, then Takato has a problem, but it's so difficult to place that left hand. Yeah, there it is again.
Oh!
Yeah, so yeah. Oh.
Now then, I thought that might have been the score there. It might have got the landing. They'll have a look at that. Look at the Ashiwaza there. Kosoto there. That was a score.
I think it's Wasari.
I do too.
I think he hooked
There's no way that wasn't a score.
The Kosoto Kage was enough, in my opinion, to make it a score.
They're having a look at it now, but for me, that landed again. I don't know if we can see it again, just one more time. But here it is. Yeah. Well, I'll be surprised if they don't give it, but
I think he did enough
as well. But
yeah, Wasari scored. Okay, and here it is again. The fight is: can Garrigos place his left arm on the back Takato wants to have the sleeve. Now he has the sleeve again.
As they say in English, it's game on.
Game on.
Game on. Different Garrigos now. He's just suddenly realised there is a possible chance here.
And yeah, the fight is only about that sleeve. Now Takato is, yeah, this is what
Picking
he wants.
his moment, isn't he? Yep.
Yeah. And then for some reason, it looks like...
Oh! No, it wasn't far off, was it? But he just, the elbow, not quite there. Didn't quite get the absolute landing there. No, he turned onto his front.
Unbelievable, that Kouchi of
it is.
Takato.
It's really...
Garrigos, just go for his right arm, make the cross grip, yeah, and then to the left, in on his back. That is the only chance you have. If you have him there...
You should be on that chair.
Yeah. Yeah, it's quite easy to sit here and kneel and just explain how to do it.
It is, isn't it? Well, it's when they look up and they go, "You come out here, dude."
Well, yeah. We've all been there.
Yeah, we have been there. We have.
Just come on the tatami. You show me. You show me. Yeah.
You get hold of him. These tree trunk arms. Oh, now then it's
trouble now.
Oh, he just is starting to take the odd chance here, and Garrigos, this is his game plan, surely. This, I mean, if he's got any chance here, it's going to be down here to turn the old Saikomi on.
So every time when there is mate, that's a chance for Garrigos to get his strong left-handed grip. Yeah, too easy.
Oh, he went against the arm again. He's done that a few times now.
Yeah, but you saw that he already stopped
when they
went down.
He did do. I can't understand it. I mean, that's really World Championship semi-final. You know whether you're doing wakigatame.
But he has to make a technique to the right, because to the left side he can only attack Takato on the left side when he has the left hand on the back of him. So, and if he's in a lot of trouble when Takato is controlling his sleeve, so then he has to make the change to a right.
Absolutely doing everything that we said that he would try, and that's to spoil Takato and just maul him to death. Doing everything right, Garrigos. It doesn't look pretty, but it's effective.
Too easy.
The Kouchi, if he's not careful here, Garrigos. Now then. That wasn't far off, was it? Good attacks here from Takato. And they're very low here, but Takato can't afford another penalty here. And Garrigos, he doesn't mind. He will pick up one each. Yokogaki there.
Just like do something. This was a do something technique. Like, yeah, just do something.
And pray.
Yeah. There it is. Now, oh, okay, and lost it again.
What a great match this is. Takato. Wow, he comes out, he's got brilliant techniques here, but Garrigos just doing everything he can do to ruin it all. He hasn't read the script, Garrigos, and like you said, he just has a plan. He had a plan coming out here, and he's sticking to it. This is the long game, isn't it? He's playing the long game.
That was against Sardashvili exactly the same what Garrigos did. And Takato had easier wins in his life at World Championships. He really has to work hard for it.
I think that's it as well, isn't it?
He throws him.
Did he go to the arm though? I'm not so sure.
He throws him. He throws him for rip on heel. He throws him.
I know that, but I tell you, they'll look at the arm, and I think he did too. But I think he threw with the arm lock on. That's my opinion. I want to have another look at it because
I think it's hip on. Yeah, and it is Garrigos in the final throwing Takato. And with every time the left and then this change to the right, and of course with this technique you're making a lot of how do you say it, a lot of risk.
Yeah, loads of risk. I mean, that could have gone so badly wrong for him, because he's almost, that was the first one, like the Kosoto that brought the Wazari back. Fair enough. It wasn't on the arm. The arm could bend.
And he's
it wasn't against the straight arm. It went into the armpit. That, I mean, talk about being close to the limit there. But, I mean, credit to Garrigos. I mean, the Olympic champion goes over the top there. Wow, what a surprise. What a performance from Garrigos, I have to say. Brilliant. Ooh. Wow.
Look, on the elbow.
Just on the belt as well there. Everything borderline.
Yeah, everything borderline.
Everything borderline.
Sure. Everything, yeah.
All right, but you know that when you're talking about at this level, come on. Borderline's okay. Brilliant stuff there from Garrigos. He goes through to fight Baratov of Uzbekistan in the final, and wow, we've seen some amazing matches.
Who it is that's going to represent them at the games. Koga, I think this is a slip coming into this bronze medal match. Absolute must win because her teammate is already in the final.
Yeah, I mean they're sorting out, aren't they, Japanese, as to who might be fighting at that Olympic Games. Oh, good technique there, straight away there from Koga. Big, massive Ashiguruma, and she's looking for the hold.
Got the leg trapped.
Well, onto the knee, wasn't it there? And it slipped down. We've seen her do it several times throughout the day. She's had a lot of success. I mean, she has been throwing everybody all day.
Wake-up call for Blondine Punt there, I'm afraid. Inside the first half minute.
Yeah, I mean, Blondine Pont will have seen her teammate get to the final. She got to the final really, really well as well. The best form we've seen her on. And Buckley absolutely pushed her away there, but some great techniques with her ukigoshi and her ogoshi. So she's coming here. She realizes she needs this. She absolutely needs this medal. Wazari down already, though.
It was Tsunoda Natsumi of Japan who brought Pont's 18 contest winning streak to an end earlier today. That's good going.
I mean, it's a good way to come into a World Championships, isn't it? You know,
Okay.
you just you have an unbeaten run. You know, you're on a run. 18, like you say, matches. You know, and now she's having to dig deep because sometimes the bronze medal match is the most difficult one.
Neil mentioned 3 Grand Slam gold medals in a row. Paris, Tel Aviv, and then Antalya. Gonna have to dig really deep here. Half the contest still to come, so plenty of time.
Yeah, it happened early, didn't it? That
First
was
attack, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was.
In a way, I suppose you could say got caught cold, but it didn't look like it. Just looked like a terrific attack from Koga.
Yeah, I think when you've got that kind of depth, the Japanese have got so much depth, haven't they, that they could send 2 or 3 in every weight category, but they're only opting to... you can only put 2 or double up in 2 weight categories in the men's and the women's at the World Championships, but you can only send 1 from any weight if they're qualified for the Olympic Games.
Pont has an 0-5 record against Japanese opponents. So that doesn't bode well. She lost to Koga back in 2021 in the semi-final of the Paris Grand Slam. She's since gone on to win it. Pont, that is. Minute left to go.
Oh, it's all
Second
over.
score.
It's all over then, and same technique, absolutely. Blasts her over there for a full hip-on, and just wasn't in it, was she, Pont? And saying that, you can't take away from Koga. She was absolutely magnificent. Brilliant technique. Great end. Finishes with a medal here at the World Championships.
No celebration from Koga. I think she came here looking for another colour. Bronze will have to do. And we were going through, you know, the talk about just how important it is to Japan. Well, obviously important to Koga as an individual that she gets to fight, you know, on the top level.
Look at that foot there. It was wrapped around that knee. It wasn't going anywhere. Really wasn't. Gets real drive, and the Kazushi and the Saruti hand just working overtime there. Look at the pull on the sleeve and the control there with the lapel hand. Just driving forwards there. And there's the second one there for the full hip-on. Wasn't to be today for Pont.
Well, coming up next, the second of the bronze medal contest in the under 48 kilo category. And a look at some of our VIP guests. There are, I'm afraid to say, too many to go through the whole list. So I'll just say that that was the VIP setup. Scuto of Italy goes up against Abiba Abujakinova. In this, the second of the bronze medal contest. Scuto of Italy, Abujakinova of Kazakhstan. 7 and 5 on the world ranking list, and 1-1 in the head-to-head. The referee in the middle for this one is Ioana Babiuk of Romania.
Had a good run through, Abujakinova, and Scuto as well. She's been on really good form, and you expect that, don't you, at the World Championships? Everybody comes in and they have the best form. That's the way you do it anyway. I was talking to Dennis van der Geest a little bit earlier. I said, how many contests a year did you really try and peak for? He said 2 or 3. and then the others you kind of try and train through.
The seeding has worked out pretty well. We've got the final that we were looking for, 1 versus 2, but Pont has been up there, Abuzhakinova is up there, Skuto, number 7 in the world, Koga, number 8. So they've all been there or thereabouts. The one that we lost was Milica Nikolic of Serbia, the number 4 in the world. But apart from her, Katarina Costa went out early as well. But apart from those two, pretty much the top 8 have been in and around the medal positions.
Left against right this, Uchimata! And it was Harry straight away there, absolutely. Skuto, well, she wrapped herself round that leg, Abuzhakinova, and she wrapped herself round the leading leg, which is always a dangerous thing.
A little bit of inexperience there, I think, from Abuzhakinova.
Yeah, at one stage, she looked as if she was going to go the whole way through Abuzhakinova. Didn't put a foot wrong, and then all of a sudden, yeah, I mean, she did it again there, didn't she? She did it again.
Obviously didn't learn from the first mistake. It almost gets the feel as though she's walking onto it.
Well, you just got to make sure that you absolutely pin the weight on the leg so that they can't rotate onto the support leg. You've got to really pin it, and that means controlling from the upper side as well, the upper part of the body.
Missed with the Tomoenagi effort.
Straight up though, wasn't she?
Yeah.
Straight up there immediately, and
two
then,
more attacks.
Yeah, in for the Kataguruma,
yeah,
off to the side. Not giving up on it, that's for sure.
Skuto not hanging around.
She wants to finish it, Skuto.
Skuto scored nice and early, as far as she's concerned anyway. Abuzhakinova would have liked to have avoided going over in the first 30 seconds. But not quite there. There was a stop, there was a second action, wasn't there? And the referee not tempted to give a score there.
I tell you what we have seen today, which is has been fantastic, is just all-out attacking stuff. You know, when you consider it's the World Championships, they're going for world titles, a lot to lose as well as a lot to gain, but they've been going at it, both trying to throw for Ippon, and we've seen it all the way through, both the categories. It's been great.
No, you're right. I actually hadn't thought about that. There's been very, very little to look at and say, well, that was an ugly fight, that was negative, and I didn't like the tactics employed there. It's been very good.
Yeah, no, even the ones that have gone time and they've gone into golden
they've been
score,
interesting.
They've been great.
Good,
yeah,
good golden score contests.
Yeah. Sianagi there, very fast in there, Skuto.
Well, she hasn't rolled over easily. She went over in with 30 seconds on the clock, but since then she's been giving a good account of herself.
I think Skuto will have to start to attack a little bit. She'll get a Shido, and a Shido given there for Abuzhakinova for stepping outside the area. I don't think it's
here.
over. Yeah, I don't think it's over.
She missed her chance there. She had the other hand on. Just hesitated to go right through with the hip technique. It was there. She was in a good position, Abushakinova. Thought she would have launched. And again, looking as though she's walking onto it. Can't do it with one hand. Well, not the first technique. Maybe the second. Need a lot of power there.
I think the lower she gets, then the more pressure on that front leg. But when she attacks high like she did when she got countered with the Uchimata, then that was a mistake. She could climb this here, Scuto, to finish it off.
20 seconds left to go. Not long enough, I don't think. Scuto, penalty-free. She can afford to do everything she wants now to keep Abushakinova away, including picking up 2 penalties. And we were just talking about not wanting to look unattractive, but Scuto's not going to care now.
This is where winning a medal becomes top priority, and that's it. That was it. The last few seconds tick away, and it's all over. Scuto then with a good performance there wins the bronze medal. It's a difficult pill to swallow there. Abushakinova, you know, she'll be disappointed with that, losing a medal at the World Championships, but she had a good performance as well.
Yes, right now, and for a while to come, there's going to be real disappointment from the Kazakh fighter, having got this close to picking up a World Championship medal. It's a different situation for Assunta Scuto. She'll be absolutely delighted. You can see that. But when Abushakinova has a chance to think about it, a 5th place finish at the World Championships, and importantly, the points that go with a 5th place finish, that's going to make things a little bit better for her.
Yeah, I mean, I said that just before we began here, just said that it's about points as well, because the Olympic Games just around the corner.
And Abushakinova is number 5 in the world. So to get on the podium, you've gone up a couple of places. So Buckley's here, Tsunoda's here, Pont is here, Nikolic is here. The 4 people that head you are all here, and you still manage to come out and get a podium. I'm sorry, and get to this spot. That's where you were supposed to finish. Sorry. Yeah. 5th place.
That was the Wazari. She just climbed onto that leg too high, and whenever she went low for the Yoko Satemiwaza, it was very different. Wrapped herself round there. She was, well, she was perfectly placed for the Uchimata. Landed on her side, but that was enough.
A medal on the opening day for the Italians. A bronze medal to Assunta Scuto. Well, we come now to the final of the under 48 kilo category. Shireen Buckley of France goes up against Tsunoda Natsumi of Japan. It'll be Buckley in the white judogi, Tsunoda in blue. World number 1 goes up against the world number 2. We couldn't have planned it better.
Couldn't have been better. The current world champion is the world number 2, world ranked, that is, and Tsunoda, well, just I think we were talking about it, weren't we, a little bit earlier, just saying that she always looks cool, calm and collected when she comes out. It's almost as if she's out for a little bit of a stroll. I'll pick up a drink on the way over, and I'll pick up some milk as well. But it's very matter of fact, but she gets the job done.
Here is the route to the final. This is Shireen Buckley on her way to the final, overcoming Laura Martinez. First of all, was Esposito going over as well. She has thrown beautifully today, and you were talking earlier on about the hip techniques. A couple of them. Koga it was, and this was a really good win. This kind of really made a statement. I am the number one. I don't care if you are representing Japan. You're going over just as the others have.
Yeah, it was a change of direction, wasn't it? But look at that. She scores when it mattered.
Not many out there throwing the Japanese for Ippon. And then Abujakinova going over the hip as well. I think she threw her twice with the hip technique in that particular contest.
I think it was Dennis Van der Geest who said that she just looks so strong with it. You know, it's the power that she butts behind it. Can she do the same in the final?
Well, Neil already mentioned that she's going to face the current world champion, Tsunoda Natsumi, and here is her route to the final. Maria Laborde, she arm-locked her quite strong. Laborde was fighting it off for quite some time and just hung on there a little bit too long, and in the end, it was a pretty painful finish as Tsunoda secured that Jujigatami. After that, it was Katharina Menz of Germany. This was the sort of double-footed Yoko that failed, but still took her off to the side, and she followed up in Niwaza.
It's always the change of direction, though, that manages to score. Goes one way and then goes the other.
And she went back to the same throwing technique. Menz couldn't get off it, tried to get the hand down, and later on you'll see someone pay for that. That was Scuto going over. It's the transition as well. You know, she's so good at being able to move quickly from one phase to the next. And it was Scuto's turn to have to tap out. And then it was Blondine Pont of France to go over once again to the little Sumigaishi, but with double foot. The second foot coming up
there. She kind of scoops underneath, doesn't she? She gets them up, and then she has a second little readjustment to make it work.
Nicely poised for this final. The referee in the middle for this one is Turbat Ensetseg of Mongolia. A gold medal contest at these World Championships. What a task then for the world number one, Shireen Bukli, to be going up against the current world champion, Tsunoda Natsumi. This is what I was talking about earlier on. She's strolling out, and they look as though they're just taking a walk in the park, her and the coach, just having a chat, last couple of words. It's almost as though she's not quite sure where she's going until the coach says, hey,
we're down these steps.
We're down here. Oh yeah? Is this where we're going? No, you know how some people have their game face on. You know, they're screwing up and contorting, and you see their teeth, you see their tonsils.
They're slapping their face and stuff, yeah.
The coach is slapping her. And she's just like out for a walk.
Yeah, we did say it earlier. Should be a great match, this. Two very on-form athletes.
She even had a little smile before she went on to the coach. It's all, it appears to be, you know, within her grasp, all in a day's work. Right, we're underway. Neil, take it away.
Well, fighting for her third world title here, Tsunoda. But I tell you now, Bukli is going to come out here and try and ruin the day. We saw it earlier. Oh, she's dropped into the hold. Oh, my goodness. What a mistake that was. Now she is going to readjust the balance. Can she do it? Just to take that leg out. I think she'll get it out. Now. It's out. It's out. And Bukli just managing to pull it back in. Is the referee going to allow this to carry on? Yes.
Yep.
That's an offside coming, is it?
Yet.
Not quite. This next readjustment will be it. Onto the head. And she's holding Bukli down. Oh, Bukli's out. Wow. Wow, not many get out of that.
If you're going to get out, you better get out when you've got some power. And the only reason she's out of that is it's in the first minute. You come in at the back end of the contest, you won't have the power to do that.
Do you know what? There's nothing worse than looking up at those lights up there and you think, I'm in trouble here. But, oh, she did well to get out of that. What a mistake that was from Buckley. And she tries the Tominagi there again, Sonoda.
Too early for me with a fighter like Buckley to be trying those. She's going to block those, you know, every day of the week. You need to set something else up. You have to have some movement there. And Buckley's just that little bit too strong. And we saw that with her getting out of the Osaikomi on 2 occasions there. She got held and was still out.
Doesn't like that arm round the back, does she, Sonoda? She knows that the Ukigoshi Ogoshi is going to come, and she's had massive success with that earlier on. I'm talking about Buckley. Sticky foot as she was up. Yeah, going to be in trouble with that if she keeps on doing it. There was too much of a delay there.
Yeah.
Too much of a delay. Good attempt there from the Japanese coach.
He fancied a Wazari.
Yeah. Too much of a delay, you could see that.
They're going to have a look at that
Was
landing.
it all one?
Yeah, and I'm glad that the landing is one thing.
The landing was okay.
It was the, it was the technique,
delay.
yeah. It was too
delay.
much, yeah. Nervous times for both sets of fans.
Nice little Kosoto there.
Yeah.
The
Good
great
pressure.
thing, the great thing, isn't it, about the Japanese is just the use of the feet. And, you know, they're just so used to using the feet and the hands together to get direction, changing of direction as well. That was one. Oh,
Yeah,
and she gets the
and the
ippon.
ippon.
Oh, dear me. 3rd world title there. She just looked as if she was having a little amble in the park.
Look at the face, just nothing.
Can you go down and just tell her that she's just won her 3rd world title there?
Yeah. And beaten the world #1, through the world #1 for Ippon to take a 3rd world title.
Wow, that was truly a great performance there from Sonoda. And I tell you now, if you just saw her walking off there and you didn't know it was the final of the World Championships, is she going to crack a smile? Yeah. Oh, now she does.
Yeah, okay.
Now she does. Very cool, calm and collected. Absolutely excellent stuff there. She was the defending world champion. That's her 3rd world title.
Well, that's bad news for Koga, I'm afraid, because even though Koga picked up a bronze medal, a 3rd gold medal at a World Championships.
This time, I mean, you can see clearly there that there is no delay on this one. It's totally different to the other one. When she went down, it was all one movement there,
Yeah,
and
that's it.
just takes her onto her back. And it's the control with the hands as well. Look at the control with the hands. And it's like you said, it's Tominagi, but it's almost like a Sumigaeshi as well. And she just scoops them up.
Yeah, because the second, it's look at her feet are like climbing, aren't they?
You know, we talk about body language, you know, and for me, I don't think she had any doubt, no doubt whatsoever that she was going to retain her world title. It was just a matter of time. Did well to get out of the hold down, Buckley.
Twice.
Yeah.
And like, as you said, it's very rare that you get out of a hold when it's the Japanese women doing the holding. They're so clinical.
Yeah, very seldom, isn't it? Wow.
Well,
wow.
Buckley, the world #1, has to settle for a silver, losing to the defending world champion Tsunoda Natsumi, and as Neil was saying, 3rd world title. And as I was hinting, bad news for Koga, because the Japanese now must look at that and say, That's who we want, bringing us the gold medal in Paris. Right, this is the warm-up area where they are preparing for the medal matches in the under 60 kilo category. There's one of the finalists, there's the other. We saw, just before Baratov, we saw Garrigos. These two will be going through their last bits of preparation. Not so much the physical, but maybe the mental.
Absolutely, it's mental, because you know that it's going to be all systems go any second now.
But before that, we've got the first of the bronze medal contest in the under 60 kilo category. Georgi Sardalashvili of Georgia goes up against Jure Verstraeten of Belgium. It'll be Sardalashvili in the white judogi, Verstraeten in blue. The referee in the middle for this one is Gostini Balas of Hungary.
This should be a really interesting match, because Verstraeten has been having an absolute cracker of a day, and also, you know, I've got to say that Sardalashvili has as well. The number 5 against the number 7, so like you say, the world rankings working their way out. And well, Sardalashvili, I've always thought that, oh, well, you know, he's one for the future, but this man here, Verstraeten, I mean, other than one mistake, he's had a almost perfect day, isn't he? You know, so big techniques as well.
Yes, Verstraeten looking good, but you fancy Sardalashvili, don't you?
Well, I do. I just, you know what, I think
yeah.
that once Sardalashvili, once he actually learns how to cope with the stresses, and, you know, learns how to control the contest a little bit better, then I think he'll have more success. But I do fancy him as a future winner. A future winner.
You said earlier about him having a talk with Grigolashvili just to calm him down and point him in the right direction. That's a good point.
Yeah.
Two youngsters that neither of them look as though they're going to move up. This looks as though 60 kilo category is where they're going to say definitely not Jure Verstraeten. He's comfortable at this weight. Sardalashvili, too, looks as though this is his weight. These are going to be around for a while.
Verstraeten opens up the account there.
Well, at least he gets the first attack in. Sardalashvili, to me, has so many weapons, so many angles to come at you from.
Almost ducked underneath the arm there, I thought, anyway, but...
Well, that low kind of grappling style hasn't completely gone out of the Georgian armoury, has it? You know,
no, they can kind of do both, can't they? You know, but Verstraeten doesn't mind being down there either, so... And he's beaten him to the attack. It's going to be a Shido for Sardalashvili in a second.
Ooh. Against the arm. Thinking about it. No, gone now.
There's our president, Mr. Marius Visa, there to your right, and just enjoying the day's judo, because it's been pretty fantastic today. I think all the preliminary rounds and even the ones that went to time, I thought were interesting matches.
Yeah, it's not always the easiest day to watch if you don't like super lightweight judo, but today I think it's been particularly not riveting, but there've been a good number of exciting contests, and of course it helps when you have a few upsets, and then it helps when you have someone like Tsunoda Natsumi, who's gone about her business so well. And we've still got this to watch, which for me is riveting. Sardalashvili and Verstraeten. We've got Lee and Takato, the Olympic champion and 4 times world champion, who had a single slip. We've got him coming up, and then we've got Garrigos and Baratov.
Sardalashvili trying to get his arm underneath. Well, he's trying to get his arm underneath there and trying to commit against Verstraeten. Verstraeten going I don't want to stay in there, if you don't mind.
What do you think? Think he's saved that for ducking underneath, or is he going to get away with it?
No,
He's grabbed the leg this time for blocking. He was coming under serious pressure. One way or the other, he was going to pick up a penalty, some kind of penalty.
Well, he just upped the pace there, didn't he? Sardalashvili upped the pace, and he looks...
Here he comes again.
Yeah, so dangerous when he goes over the top there with that arm, but they're always dangerous when they come over the top with that arm. Or underneath there. He's trying to scoop underneath, isn't he?
I think it's the underneath as well that's causing him the problems. That was a good attack from Festratan to get out of pressure. He couldn't attack him on the ground, Sardalashvili, because he was having to defend against that little Sutemiwaza from Festratan. Good move. It never looked as though it was going to throw him, but it certainly looked as though it was going to get him out some pressure.
Well, it moved them, and of course you've got to break their balance. Especially when you've done any kind of sacrifice 1 or 2 times, you've got to make sure that it's strong. Wow, look at them. Both going for it. I love it. You know, this is what judo is all about. Even if you don't see the absolute full ippon and the massive techniques here, but when they give it their all, it's like a slugfest out there, isn't it? You know, they're just throwing bombs at each other, and one of them in the end is going to go over.
Breathing really heavily now. Festratan. Sardalashvili, unlike previous Georgians, has still got something left in the tank in the last minute.
It's normally the Georgians, isn't it, that start to run out of steam.
Not quite.
No, he didn't have hold. No. He thought, but I think he was trying to convince his own coach there.
Yeah, Gujigiani's also saying, hey, calm down, calm down. And that has to tell you something when the coach tells you you haven't scored. Better grip now from Festratan. Should use this. Oh, broken it off.
Yeah, he did, and he went backwards there.
Actually, I think Sardalashvili was glad that he broke it off. Oh, that's gone. Can't be doing that.
Second Shido there to Festratan. One more and it's all over.
He didn't like it, did he?
No, he didn't. He was up and away, tried to disguise it a little bit. Didn't quite come off.
Two penalties picked up by Festratan. You don't want to go into golden score with your opponent. If there's, of course, if there's a score, well, you wouldn't be in golden score. But when you've got that second penalty, that can make it a little bit tricky. The advantage, if you like, is with Sardalashvili.
First match tonight where it's gone into golden score. Nice Ouchi.
It was close.
Yeah, it was.
Problems for Sardalashvili.
Festratan, can he get the leg out here? The leg's trapped. Probably in the wrong position here.
Going to find the right time to turn if that leg comes out.
Yeah, I don't think it's going to come out,
trapped,
is it?
Yeah.
He's trapped well and truly.
Yeah.
Well, talk about holding on for life there. And Sardalashvili was holding on.
He'll be upset of having missed that chance on the ground. Not quite sure whether Sardalashvili is up to the kind of newaza that Festratan may be able to offer up. In any case, he managed to trap the leg and avoid getting caught on the ground. Another little ashiwaza attempt from Festratan. He scored with that earlier today.
Yeah, it was nice, considering he's so tired, he can hardly get up, you know, but that's what this is all about. You got to dig in and you got to get on with it.
Dig in, dig deep. Sardalashvili still up and down on his toes. He looked as though he may have gone.
It wasn't far off. Yeah, it wasn't.
If Festratan hadn't stood up, then he was going to go there. But it was Festratan who stood up and moved it. Else he would have ducked underneath.
Like I said, good open match. They're both going attacking, great attacking moves from both the fighters. Look at that little exchange there. That was brilliant.
Really finding it hard going now. Verstraeten always second to his feet.
Yeah, at this stage, when you're looking at your opponent, they just think, I'll just take anything. I'm sure that Sadalashvili will be thinking just a Shido against it. He ducked underneath. I thought he did as well.
I think he has.
Look at this, he's going to go for it. Possibility here. He might change sides as well. He can change sides here.
Roll.
Yeah, but he comes one way and then he changes to the other.
He hasn't got the energy.
He hasn't got the energy because it just takes too much.
Yeah, and a little bit like rugby. My feeling is a little bit like rugby. All right, we know that you've committed a penalty. We're going to give you enough time to see if you work something from it. And then if you do and you begin to attack, we're going to leave that. We're not going to go back. You've already had the advantage. We've given you the advantage.
Well, that is playing the advantage, isn't it? That is
let it go on. So I think that was good. Because if there's no advantage, then they stop it and penalise. But this time they said, no, you're doing the attacking, and if you have a good attack, we'll leave it. We're going to say that's the end of it. Good battle, this one. 2.5 minutes of golden score. Neil and I are on our feet. I think we're waiting to see who it is that's going to come out of this. I hope it won't be a penalty.
Yeah, you just got to hope, haven't you? You know, but Verstraeten absolutely, you know, just giving it his all.
Verstraeten will have to be careful as well. That last attack
was a bit near the mark.
Yes.
Shido white, though, for Sadalashvili, because it was counted as an attack.
Yeah, he just stepped off the pace as well, Sadalashvili, and his head has gone all of a sudden. And
wow, these are great attacks, aren't they, considering...
Where are they coming from? He's got no energy left.
No idea. He's just dropping underneath. That was a good attack. Another couple of them. All right, so if we count that as two really good attacks here, I think another couple, and
that'll be it.
It could be it. He's definitely in the driving position now.
All of a sudden, things have turned round. We're coming up to 3.5 minutes of golden score.
And that's another one. That's three. One more.
This is it now. Oh, no, couldn't possibly be. He's gone too low with
I think he's too good on the ground for him, actually. I don't think he'll get caught. I was saying that.
It
a little bit of panic.
It was a little bit loose from Verstraeten there. But Sadalashvili didn't have the wherewithal to be that little bit higher up to catch him, because he was there for the Yoko Shiogatami.
Last attack here from Verstraeten. Can he do it? He needs a good attack.
He's looking the better of the two at the moment. Something desperate from Sadalashvili is going to have to come up here if he's going to take this.
Sianagi didn't get the rotation. No, don't give it.
No, just let it go one more time.
Yeah, I think so, because he had...
You know, he does that again, then you can penalise him. But one, you can let go. So that was classed as a failed attack. He can't do another of those.
Oh, it wasn't far off.
He only managed to roll himself.
He did. But he started off with the full grip and the full intention.
He gave it the full thing,
Absolutely,
so much so that he ended up rolling himself.
He's still going for the newaza. You know, the newaza, the groundwork, every time you exchange like that, it takes so much out of you. There's going to be a point here where he can't actually get off the ground.
Well, Sadalashvili back to his feet again and to the start point first. Verstraeten has given absolutely everything. This is the cycle where I think it's going to happen. Hardly anything left in the tank now for Verstraeten. One big attack from Sadalashvili could do it. The problem is, well, the problem is Sardalashvili is taking a bit too long to put his own attacks in.
Like I say, he's still ahead for Stratton, but he can't hardly get up. He's going to get a Shido if he's not careful for not getting up.
For not getting up.
Which will be an absolute tragedy. Oh, look at this. It's going to go off here. And he started to pull it back here, Sardalashvili.
And this is where, if you've got to have a brain in your head, you've got to know where the contest is turning. One more big attack from Sardalashvili will really put him back in the driving seat.
Underneath here, Sardalashvili.
Yeah. If it's not now, it'll be the next one.
Next one for sure.
Yeah.
So he's now definitely in the driving seat.
Yeah, you've got to go.
Now he's got to go.
Gujigiani's been asked to take a seat, and it won't be long before Cedric Taymans is asked to take a seat either. And Gujigiani's saying to him, one more attack, come on, one more attack. Even that last 15 seconds there, a breather, may have given Verstraeten a chance. Here comes Sardalashvili again.
Oh, Chigari.
He's dropped there.
I think that's it.
Yeah.
I think that's it.
Sorry.
Verstraeten's going to lose it on it.
Yeah, that's it.
I mean, he really has been on the back foot. There it is.
Yeah. Cedric Taymans nods in acknowledgement. The coach nods in acknowledgement, saying, sorry, that's the way it is, Neil.
Threw it away. I agree with you. You know, it's not that he threw it away. He didn't have it in the tank, did he, in the end? So Sardalashvili still looks strong, doesn't he?
Can't believe it. He's standing there doing muscle man poses.
No, he's still strong, you know. And like you said before, there was a period of time where you didn't see that with the Georgians.
No,
he's in great nick, you know.
Look at him. Who can go 8.5 minutes from Tbilisi? I don't know anyone.
He can.
He's running off to get high fives from Gujigiani.
Yeah. Well,
that was riveting.
Absolutely, unbelievable.
And really, it could, at times, have gone either way. Yeah.
Could have gone either way, couldn't it?
Jori Verstraeten gave absolutely everything, and I think coming to the back end of the contest, even before we got into golden score, you could already see that he was blowing heavily. We were talking about it, and then bit by bit, in the golden score period, there were a couple of times in there when I thought maybe he could steal it, but bit by bit, Sardalashvili, all he did was to stay stronger.
He did, and yeah, he was quicker up, wasn't he, on his feet?
And in the end, when it came to who put in the better and stronger and more attacks, it was down to Sardalashvili. And the last effort from Verstraeten really just showed, I'm afraid I haven't got anything else here. This is it. And it wasn't good enough.
I think, in all honesty, he was a little bit fortunate. A couple of times, you know, he could have got Shido for not getting up quick enough.
Yeah.
You know, but anyway, brilliant. What a brilliant match.
Yeah.
Thank
Good
you
one. Enjoyed
to
that.
The pair of them.
Yes, absolutely. Preparations continue for the gold medal match. That's Francisco Garrigos having his judogi checked. Appears to be in good order.
Has to go right the way down the sleeve, and it has to be a certain width or length from the belt as well. There has to be a certain amount of material.
That Sokoteki almost hit Baratov in the armpit so far.
That wouldn't have worked in my day.
Before we come to the gold medal match, we've got another bronze medal match coming up. Lee Ha-rim of the Republic of Korea goes up against Takato Naohisa of Japan. It'll be Lee in the white judogi, Takato in blue. Neil will let you know about their world rankings and the head-to-head.
Yeah, don't look at Takato's world number 9. We don't see him that often. Since the Olympics, we haven't seen him very much. But he still managed to maintain a top 9 or top 10 world ranking, even though we haven't seen him. These two have met 4 times, actually. Takato has won every single match.
0-4. Not the best look for Lee. The referee in the middle for this one, by the way, is Roberta Chioglia of Italy. And it's the 4 times world champion and current Olympic champion making his way to the tatami first. His family are here, by the way. Wife, mum, 3 children, they're all in there. I was saying earlier, and I wonder how he got all the tickets.
I think there's 1 or 2 seats out there.
Yeah.
Might be.
And I happened to see the little baby, and I knew immediately whose baby it was, because it's a spitting image. Little Takato face. As Lee makes his way down the stairs, a tap on the back and some good wishes from Huang, himself a former world champion, in the chair now. Republic of Korea, Hwang Hee-tae. Well, shock, loss, or surprise loss that Takato suffered at the hands of Francisco Garrigos has put him in this bronze medal match, not the medal that he came here to compete for. He won't lose his gold back patch, though. That's a different...
Garrigos, I was going to say, you know, it was unexpected, you know, but he just had the right way to beat Takato, you know, to come out.
Man with a plan.
Well, he was a man with a plan, and he came out, he stuck by the plan. He was looking for the long game, you know, and he didn't mind just grinding it out there to take the edge off Takato, and he didn't let him settle. Brilliant. Took him out for a full ippon in the end.
Yes, Takato has been dishing those out for a long time. It was his turn to get one. He got one in the eye there.
Sometimes happens, you can't help it. It's just flurry of gripping, trying to get hold of the lapel or go over the back of the lapel. Head gets in the way. It is horrible, actually, when that happens, and you, like I say, those lights suddenly become brighter and more directed.
Lee has just done what several of the athletes have not done earlier on today, which is extended a hand as sort of apologetic hand to Takato. There were a couple of fights earlier on where that didn't happen. A little bit more rough play involved in those. 2.5 minutes left on the clock. Plenty of time. We remain penalty-free. Always a good sign.
Yeah, I haven't seen many matches where I've seen Shido's handed out willy-nilly, you know, for not attacking. I just haven't seen it.
Someone was saying, you know, that they're not policemen. The referees are not policemen, and if the athletes are fighting, then they're out of it. They can stand back. They don't have to concern themselves. So if we've got good attacking judo, which for the most part we've had today, I can't even remember who the referee was in the previous contest. Yet we were watching it for 9 minutes, and I can't remember who refereed it.
And that is a really good mark of good refereeing, I think.
Don't need you. Stay out. No choice there. Because both fighters were playing pat a cake. Just a little bit of manoeuvring by Lee. He's just trying to guide Takato towards that corner. You don't see that if they're in the middle, but the minute that one of the athletes takes up a position in one of those far corners, then it's an invitation to the other athlete to work that. And he just began to put a bit of pressure on as he sensed where Takato was, and then Takato realizing, I'm not in a good place here, just made one turn, and that was all over. Don't have to be with your back up against the edge.
No,
it's a huge mat area.
He's quick, isn't he, to point out to Kato there. He tries to point out, you know, he had my slate.
Yeah.
And she said, no, I think it was
you,
the other way around.
You had his. 10 by 10 is the competition area, and that's...
That could be 16 by 16. It doesn't make any
still
difference.
Go there, yeah.
If it's going to go to the edge, it will go to the edge.
We've had 12 by 12, and they still wander off the edge.
No, honestly, if they have it in their mind, you know, we see a lot of contests there. If they want to stay in the middle, they can.
Interesting. Would you have called that Obi's or whatever it was? He grabbed hold of the belt there.
Well, you know, this isn't going Takato's way. I mean, that would be unbelievable, wouldn't it, if Takato finishes without a medal here.
Yes, 2 losses in a day when you hadn't had 2 losses in 2 years. Just a bit of pressure now as Takato moves forward, and it's Lee doing the backing up. He looks for that left-sided Seoinage, but it's a drop to the knees, and he's not going to catch Takato with that.
Well, this is what makes a champion really special, because he's got to dig in here now. He's 2 Shidos on the board here, 1 more mistake, and he will finish without a medal, and he doesn't want that to happen. He's got to dig in. I know that it's not the medal that he wanted, but he's still got to do it.
Lost contact with the hands. Gets away with that. You'll get 1. You can't afford to do that again. Takato was almost wandering off the area, had to throw in an attack.
He just about got away with that, didn't he?
Mm-hmm. The problem for Takato is the 2 penalties on the board. Can't afford another error. That was a better effort from Lee. Just had Takato moving off to his left and blocking that.
Well, I think he's only about an attack away. Yeah. Last chance for Takato. No, it wasn't enough. Name the technique.
Well, it's Lee's attack anyway.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, Lee's going over as a result of his own attack. It doesn't matter what Takato does after that, although he was attempting to claim it.
As you would.
I'd have had a bigger ki.
Tell you what, though, don't write Takato off. He could just pull something out the bag here.
I thought you were going to have to...
Bag of tricks.
I thought you were going to say out of the hat.
Well, it might be.
He was beginning to look a little bit like a conjurer. He's still moving nicely.
Yeah. Kosoto. Got to use his feet. Yeah, it's got to use his feet. He really has. Ah, that was good. Good attack there.
He's got the better of the attacks, hasn't he,
yes.
Lee, to be honest, the stronger.
Shadow.
Nervous times.
That's it. It's all over.
Yeah.
Takato loses it. Well, I always I watch Takato when he loses or when he wins, and he's always
same etiquette.
Same etiquette, yeah. Not been his day, that's sure. It has not been his day. Just one of those.
I think even, to be honest, even the bronze medal would have been somewhat of a disappointment.
For sure.
Therefore, a 5th place finish is, for someone like Takato, nothing short of, you know, back to the drawing board and a disaster, really.
Yeah, bad day at the office. And I've had a couple of them myself, you know, and you just go, this is a bad day at the office. I just think, let's get this one over with and get back to training on Monday.
Lee Ha-rim, a first medal at the World Championships.
I think that was the decider there. I mean, he'd had just stronger techniques, hadn't he, all the way through. Big grins, they knew that... well, you know, he overturned as well a 4-0 deficit. First time he's ever beaten Takato.
Yes, that comes into it too.
Isn't that what it's all about, though? Breaking glass ceilings, you know?
Big sweaty hug from his player.
I was wondering who you were talking about there.
All over his suit jacket now. That'll need cleaning for tomorrow.
Very
Won't
nice.
it? Well, we very quickly come to the last contest of this opening day. It is the final of the under 60 kilo category. Francisco Garrigos of Spain goes up against Dilshodbek Baratov of Uzbekistan. It'll be Garrigos in the white judogi, Baratov in blue. Before we get there, we'll have a look at their route, or their respective routes to the final. Now we look at Garrigos first. Angelo Pantano was first up.
Yeah, we tend not to think of him as a thrower, but he's been throwing them all day. Pantano goes over there with the Sodi Guruma Jimmy as well to finish it off.
Yeah, when that hand moves away, you know it's only a matter of time before it comes back to tap. And Pantano, the pressure at that point must be tremendous.
Yeah, look at that. Just a big changing hip there, just picks him up.
Bundles him over,
Surigoshi there, brilliantly taken.
Gian going over.
Not had an easy draw, has he, at all? Then the Georgian, Sardelishvili.
Well, that's when he came back to his best on the ground. Snake-like, almost getting wrapped up. Unable to get out of that one, Sardelishvili.
Yeah, what a tremendous day he's had, hasn't he, Garrigos? And then he takes out the Olympic champion as well. Brings back a Wazari.
Yeah, it's away from the referee, isn't it? So that's why she didn't give the immediate signal with that one. No doubt about that. It's an unusual execution.
Unusual execution. There was no way that it was putting any pressure on the elbow. It was just an unusual way of doing it.
Yeah, irrespective of how it looks, you have to think, could it have been? And no. And he completed the technique and rolled him well. This is Baratov's route to the final. Link Taiwan, Arimbold of Mongolia, was first to fall.
Look how low he is there, Baratov. Unbelievable.
And then former world champion Yildiz Smetov of Kazakhstan.
Great change of direction there from Baratov.
Sadiki it was. Sadiki who had put out Agaev, Balabey Agaev, the number 2 seed, but he fell short when he came up against Baratov.
Look how the head turns now. Not using the head on the mat anymore. We didn't see any of that today. Not one. Not one.
Verstraeten was next to go. A tricky and difficult Jorre Verstraeten, Belgian. Very good point. Gonna have to make that.
Just goes to show, doesn't it, that rules dictate development. Absolutely.
The referee in the middle for this one is my training partner yesterday, Veli-Matti Kankankanta of Finland.
And he's got the sore fingertips to prove it.
Well, some people will be surprised to see Baratov in this kind of company. Final of the under 60 kilo category World Championships.
Yeah, it's really interesting to think how this is going to go. It really is. I think they've both had really good form. I think that this man here, Garrigos, has had the performance of a lifetime. Ippon all the way through.
We have to admit that Garrigos was mentioned in our pre-show today, but we didn't mention Dilshotbek Baratov. His name didn't come into the frame.
So here we go, the world final, under 60 kilos category. Get away with one of those, I think. Baratov will keep stopping those dead. I think he'll have to use other things. So I think he'll look for the Newaza, Garrigos. He knows that he's got to be really aware of the Yoko Satemiwaza from Baratov. Drops underneath, he just drives off to the side. It hardly looks as if he's going to drop either, but it's so powerful. But it's Garrigos who just got his gripping is absolutely amazing.
Hey.
Sori Surikomi there and just gets put to ground. Look at that, goes right the way underneath, tries to take the arm around the back there. That's what he threw to Kato with in the semi-final. Very aware that he's near the edge of the area. Nice little Kouchi there, just sat him down on his bum. This is where I think that he's going to have the success here. He's going to look for the turnover. Just needs to work hard, like you said earlier, Sheldon. It's about working hard in the early stages, because then Newaza becomes so much more difficult to get in the later stages.
Uzbekistan have got a good history in the under 60 kilo category. A double world champion, Rishad Sobirov, from a few years back.
Yeah, I was going to say, this is the first time, isn't it, since Sobirov, that they've had somebody representing, going for the world title. Big arm over, and Garrigos goes, no, I don't want anything to do with that.
Sharafidin Lutfilayev in 2019, silver medalist. He snuck in there. Not quite the same kind of impact on the weight category that Sobirov did. Sobirov, you know, you could pretty much say that he was legendary.
Garrigos gets the Shido then, just falling off the pace. This will be all about pace, keeping the... Look at that, he's got the head down here, and this is where Baratov has to be a little bit cautious. tactical here. It is a tactical match. Tried to change the direction there, Garrigos.
I suppose we should also mention Diorbek Urezboyev, who was a bronze medalist at the World Championships. That was in Budapest in 2017. Inside the last minute now.
See how they're on the sleeves here. And still managing somehow to get full rotation round there. That was seeing Aggie there from Baratov, very, very low. And I mean, Garrigos has got such strong kumakata that it's a miracle that he can actually rotate at all. Well, he will get away with that because Baratov just sticks his hips in, kills it, absolutely dead.
Nervous times for the coaching staff for Uzbekistan as well.
Yeah, he's out of his seat here and refereeing while he's coaching there. Have to be careful for that. Well, look at that, straight in there. This is going to be a second Shido, I think, for Garrigos, is it? No, he gets away with it. Thought he might get it there, but just dropping onto his back. This is what he needs to use. Well, you're kind of hoping, aren't you, for a miracle at this stage. You just want something to happen. It's a close match between the two. Oh, he's going to get it. It's a Wazari scored. It's Wazari and Garrigos has done it. Garrigos is the world champion. 41 seconds into golden score. Garrigos with a very, very low Kataguruma Yoko Satemi and takes Baratov over for a Wazari.
There it is. Francisco Garrigos becomes the second ever Spaniard to win a World Championship gold medal.
Great respect from them, look at that. And yeah, he was a junior world champion, now he's a senior world champion.
Spanish male, sorry, I should say second ever Spanish male behind Nicolas.
Good save.
Sherazadishvili, yeah. We might be here a little bit longer if we go for the win.